Hi, Carole Freeman here, Hypnotic Nutrition. I'm here with Jennifer Maloka, Woohoo Coaching.
Woohoo!
We're checking our carrots right now for our carrot ginger soup. They've been in here about 30 minutes at 425. I'm going to check for doneness, just using a fork to pierce them. They're getting really close, but in order to puree them, I want them to be a little more tender. So we're just going to stir them to turn them over. Let's just use this. We get some nice, even caramelization going on there. So that color there we see is lots of flavor. Caramelized sugars. It's going to make our soup nice, sweet, flavorful, delicious.
So what kind of carrots did you use, Carole?
This is about, was it a 2-pound bag of organic carrots?
Did you take the peel off?
That is a great question. So we tasted the carrots first. And they didn't have a bitterness in the skin, so we actually just washed them and sliced them up here. If you're using carrots that are not organic, taste them first before you cook them. Sometimes non-organic carrots have a bitterness in the peel. They're just absorbing some of those pesticides out of the ground. So you might want to peel them if your carrots are bitter, but in this case they were not, so we left the skin on there. We're going to put these back in the oven for about 15 more minutes. So we just realized that we forgot to check the carrots after the last 15 minutes. They've been in there a little bit long.
Which it was my fault, so don't blame Carole. It was totally my bad.
But we've tasted them. They still taste delicious. It's going to add a little smoky flavor to our carrot soup that we're going to make.
So Chipotle.
Chipotle carrots. Oh my gosh, you could do a jalapeno in here as well. That would be delicious. So we could do the hand blender again on this. We're going to blend it actually in a real blender. Taking about half the carrots.
Why just half?
Well, when you blend hot foods...
Oh, I don't want to shatter it, do I?
Yeah, you don't want it to be too full, because as it blends the first time, it lets a lot of steam off. It blows the lid off.
Oh!
And you can burn yourself.
And then make a huge mess.
And
a huger mess than what you plan on leaving in my kitchen.
So, using more of this broth. In an amount. It's going to make it a nice liquid. We're also going to add some fresh grated ginger. Actually, I'm going to cut that part.
2, 1, go.
So now we're going to blend these carrots. We're just blending them now. We're going to put them back in a pan on the stove. We'll add the ginger at that point and let it heat up until that ginger flavor infuses into this. So here we go.
It looked like it was a party in there.
Based on the way it's behaving, I'm going to put a little more liquid in there. I want it to be nice and thin soup consistency. Maybe they're not difficult. Maybe they're just misunderstood.
Oh, maladjusted carrots.
Yes. And there's a mystery onion in that pan.
A flavor bit. That was a bonus onion.
Yeah. Actually, it gives a nice, beautiful flavor. So we're just going to do the same thing with the second batch of carrots. We'll come back in a minute and show you the ginger added in there. So here we have our oven roasted carrots that have been blended up with some chicken broth. Very simple. And I'm going to put some fresh ginger in here now. We're going to grate probably about 1 inch worth. We've already peeled it. You could use powdered ginger instead, but fresh is always much tastier. Can you smell that?
Their mouths are watering just looking at it,
Yes.
let alone smelling that fresh ginger.
Alright, just give it a quick stir to incorporate that in. We're going to put the lid on this and just let it simmer for a little while to let it infuse.
You know, you're making my husband a very happy man.
Most wives would not like that.
Yeah, well, you know, My husband will be thrilled that we're eating more vegetables, and they're just, if you could taste the vegetables, the stuff so far, it's been sublime. So I am so thrilled you're here, Carole.
Here you go. Have a bite.
Nom 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 nom.